everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you would know from the title that today I am going to share 13 different ways in which you can research for your next blog. Now, whether you are a freelance writer providing blog writing as a service to your client, or you have a blog that you are looking forward to scale, here are 13 content research ideas that will help you to make your blogs more original and more authentic. Now, before I dive into these 13 content research platforms or ideas, I have to share one important thing with you, which is that nothing beats your storytelling and experience when it comes to blog writing. So you already know that Google is always prioritizing content that is original and that is authentic to give its users, to give you the best user experience. So you have to make sure that your blogs will only rank when they are original, when they have real stories, most importantly, when they have content that is new. So along with all the 13 ways that I will share right now, you have to incorporate your personal experiences, your storytelling, and your real incidents in whatever it is that you're creating content on. Because, like I said, nothing beats your original storytelling experiences. Now, let's get into the 13 content research platforms one by one, and I will share what are these platforms and how you can use them, what is the right way to use these platforms, and how I extract my best information from these platforms and how I ultimately rank my blogs on the first page of Google with these content research platforms. So let's get into it. The first platform is Quora. Now, if you don't know, Quora is a platform where people share their questions. Now, these questions are a great source of questions that you can include in your blogs and you can answer them. For example, here is an example of one of the topics that I would search for my blogs, and here is a set of questions as well. So how I do is I create a list of these questions according to the topic that I am working on, and then I will add all these questions in a separate list so that when I sit down to write, when I sit down to work on my blog, I have a list of questions that I would like to include in my blog. So the very first platform is Quora. Now, next, the second platform is Twitter. Now, I am on Twitter, but I am not a fan of the platform, to be very honest. It is not something that I use very actively as compared to all the other social media platforms that I'm active on. But yes, I do use it for research purpose, especially when I am writing for my clients. So recently I was working on a blog for a client, and how I used Twitter is it's a very great platform for you to extract quotes from leaders, from industry experts. This is how Twitter has been a great help. Now, what I did was I searched for the industry experts in the topic that I was writing on, and the next thing I obviously got a few people. So be mindful, don't just copy paste anybody's tweet right away. Whenever you're taking a tweet or any social media or any sentence or any post from anybody's social media platform, you have to be mindful as a writer, as a creator, and give them due credits for their work. This is something that is very, very important, especially in the digital world where plagiarism is at its peak. So how do you do that? Now, what I did was the tweet that I selected to include in my blog, I commented under that writer's tweet, and I asked her, with her due permission, I was able to take that tweet and include it in one of my blogs. So how it worked, it made my tweet more real, my blog, it made my vlog more real, more authentic, more original, and I also gave due credits to that person, to that creator. So you can similarly use other social media platforms as well. But Twitter is specifically useful. Why? Because it obviously is very short form in terms of the written content, and it gives you a very great way to extract quotes or sayings or anything that you would like to include in your blog. Now, let's move to the third platform, Google Alerts. I believe this would be new for you, so here is how it works. For Google Alerts, how you do is go to Google, search for Google Alerts, and then all you have to do is enter your desired term. For example, I have a self-improvement blog, so I would just enter the term self-improvement, and how it works is anytime a new blog, a new article, a new study is posted on Google, Google Alerts will send you an email saying that these are the latest articles that are being posted. And how it will help you in your researches, it will give you the most updated data and statistics and facts to include in your blog. This worked great for me when I was working on a white paper for a client that in March or April. Yes, that was the time when I wrote a white paper for a client, and Google Alerts played a very crucial role in that project because I was able to research and get my hands on the most updated information only because I had Google Alerts on my notifications. So do this if you want to get the best and the most updated information, data, statistics, facts for your blog. Now, the fourth point, real interviews. Now, this is for you if you are specifically working on a blog that would require more insights from an industry expert. So, back in 2020, I was working on a client project and it worked really great for me. Why? Because it was a very new topic. There was no information on the web on this topic. So, I chose to talk to my client's clients. So, I was working on this project and I, communicated with my client that this is how I would like to approach this topic, and I would like to interview a few of your customers so that I can get their perceptions and their point of view on this topic. It worked great because I had some very original perspective. I had more authentic point of view, and because it was a new topic, it worked wonders in terms of putting forward this topic on the web. Also, real interviews play a very crucial role if you are, again, working around subject matters. For example, and also, don't be afraid to work on topics or to write on topics that are not on your way. As bloggers, as writers, it is a myth that, you should only work on topics that have high search volume, or you should write on topics that are being searched on Google. Yes, obviously you should do that. But that does not take away from the fact that you should not confine yourself, or you should not limit your creativity and abilities as a writer, and you should not explore more topics. So, if you are looking forward to get your hands on some real information, real interviews are the best way to go for your content research. Now, the next point. I believe you all are familiar with this one, but I also feel that this is quite underrated, which is YouTube videos. Again, quite underrated. Why? Because people are used to searching on Google, getting their hands on the latest articles that pop up and basically paraphrasing all of those and giving it out on their blog. But if you find Google interviews or if you find YouTube videos or YouTube interviews that are more closely related to the topic that you're writing on, use them in your content. Embed those videos in your in your blogs, again, with due permission from the creator. And if you have your own YouTube videos, then go ahead, use them, create a multi-consumption approach on your blog and give your readers different modes of content consumption. Because it is not just that as readers, it is not a compulsion that they just have to read. If you can give them a way where they can watch those videos and consume your content, then there's nothing better than that. So YouTube videos, again, a great source of research for you. So we're done with 5 points. And here's the next point. This is where Google gives you the exact keywords it says. Okay? You don't have to go to any other platform. You don't have to search on any other platform. So how it works is, let's say you want to write a blog on, again, just take the latest topic that I wrote on my blog. So let's just say you want to write on empathy, how to be more empathetic. This is your topic. So when you search this keyword on Google, how to be more empathetic, Google gives you a lot of results. But after 2 to 3 points, you will see a section where it's for people also ask or people also search for. And it gives you a set of 4 to 5 questions or 3 questions at once. This is your bold mind to take inspiration and to use those questions and answer them in your blogs. How it works is, when Google sees that you are answering the exact questions that are being asked by its users, it prioritizes your content on the search engine pages. So go ahead and use these questions as it is, if you can, on your blogs. And another animation of this particular point people also ask for. So when you scroll down and when the page has ended on Google, you will see about 8 content ideas there as it is. For example, we're talking about how to be more empathetic. You would see there are different content ideas that would say 5 ways to be more empathetic, how to be empathetic, how to be more empathetic in your relationships. These are just different vague ideas that I'm giving you right now, but this is how it works. And again, these are also some great content ideas that you can include in your blogs. So we are done with 6 points now. And now let's come to the next point, which is Answer the Public. Now, answerthepublic.com is a platform where all you have to do is enter your keyword, and it will give you all the WH family questions, the what, when, where, why, and how of that keyword. And again, you have a list of questions that you can include in your content research. So Answer the Public is more like the easiest way to go for it, and definitely you can give it a go if you are interested in writing a longer blog format, a longer blog post, and you would want it to have a lot more information, if you would want it to be a lot more in-depth content. Now, next point is product descriptions. So if you were writing a blog around, say, a product, and if you would want to learn more about it, or if you want to get more information, this particularly happens when you are working for a client, not as a blogger necessarily. For bloggers, it would happen when you are probably writing a sponsored post for a client or a company. And so when you're doing this, ask them for blog descriptions. Why? Because your blog descriptions, they tell you so much about the blogs, about how the product has been made, what are the content consumption on those products, and how it should be used, how it should be stored. All of these things, they make a great form of content, and they make a great place for you to research. So product descriptions is your next place to go for content research. Now, we have just 5 of them left, so let's get into it one by one. Next one, Google Forms survey. So again, if you are writing a blog that requires a lot more real-time data and something that is more recent, then conducting a survey is your best bet. Why? Because let's say you have limited resources, and you would not want you do not have the budget to go out and talk to people and all of those things, and you would want to do it online, then conducting surveys is a great way. You can use Google Forms for this particular thing. It will give you so much content, so much different perspectives. But here it is important that you include questions that will bring out the best of answers from people. So you have to be very creative and very mindful in creating a survey that gives people the zeal to answer back, right? That gives people the that motivates them to bring their best point forward. And also, well, sometimes people can be lazy too. So what you can do is, instead of asking them to answer it directly, you can also spend some more time in creating these surveys and give them different options. So Google surveys are your best bet again for content research. Now, next, Amazon book reviews. I believe this is probably the most underrated platform or the most underrated part when it comes to content research. Again, I have used it and it works great. Specifically, if you're writing industry-focused content and it is more like academic purposes, then it works well. Why? Because Amazon book reviews, where people are giving these reviews, they are very intellectual first thing, and obviously they come from a very new point of view. They add so much to your present perception of that book. So when you are researching from the Amazon book reviews, particularly you should focus on the reviews that have 3 to 5 stars, because these are the reviews where people would have probably elaborated a lot more on their perspective as compared to those 1 or 2 star reviews. So check out Amazon book reviews for the topics that you would want to write on, and I'm sure it will give you some new information to write and to research for your blog. Now, the next part, Google data set search. So this is for you if you are writing blogs that are more inclined towards the academic side of your blogs. Let's say you are writing a blog, again, let's take the previous example, how to be more empathetic. Now, you would want to include some data or facts or scientific studies, or you would want to include a point or two about how your point of view, how your perception has been backed by science. So in this particular line, what you can do is go to Google dataset search, type your keyword. It will give you a load of recent studies that have been done on that particular topic. Now, next, it's your job. Go through those studies, take a quick glance and see if your point that you are trying to say in your blog has been backed by science by one or any other studies that are present there. And then you can link to those studies. It gives you an outbound link for your blog. And second, it adds to the authenticity of your blog. So this was Google dataset search screen. Now, the second last point is podcasts. Yes, I know, again. So a very underrated platform, a very underrated source of content research. This works amazingly for people who are not readers, who like to write, but they are not very much into reading, or they're not so much into, heavy research. So how it works is, you go to your Apple podcast or Spotify or whatever it is that you use to, listen to your podcast, and go to those podcasts, open their podcast transcript. Now, obviously, if it is a lengthy podcast, then you would not want to spend your time reading the entire thing. So what you have to do is type the command Ctrl+F on your laptops and enter that particular keyword. Now, when you enter that keyword, it will directly take you to that point where that keyword would be highlighted in that entire transcript. So again, it saves you time, it gives you some direct information, and also it gives you a lot of new perspective. And if you are focusing on industry-focused podcast, it gives you a lot of raw and authentic content. Why? Because podcasts, it makes people more vulnerable. People are more themselves, because when obviously as compared to interviews or as compared to video format, audio content it makes people feel more comfortable. So podcasts will again help you to get more different point of views, more real point of views from your research. And the last point, your competitors know. Now, how this works is, let's say you have a topic and your competitor has already written a blog on it. So now, obviously, you want to come forward as an industry expert. You would want to write and create a blog that is more original. So you have to do your competitors' research and you have to include points that are not there in their blog. You don't have to copy. You have to get inspired from their content and you have to include the pointers that are not there in their blog so that you create a blog that is much, much better than theirs. This is how I do my competitors' research, because healthy competition is not about copying or getting mad over, oh, he's doing better than me or she's doing better than me. It is about putting your best foot forward by getting inspired from what other people are doing and also maintaining your creativity and dignity as a creator, as a writer. So these were the 13 different ways in which you can do your content research for your blog. This was my most asked questions, like I said, on my Instagram and LinkedIn. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something new from this video. And if you did, then do not forget to mention your best pointer or something that you loved from this video in the comments below. And other than that, I have some freebies for you in the description, so go check them out. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video with a new topic, with something new for you to improve your writing skills and take your blog to the next level. Until then, keep watching, scroll through the YouTube channel. There are so many videos already. And I'll see you the next time. Bye.